Jamesie, we've caught our breaths. Firstly, what a game of hurling.
Yeah, I mean, what a Munster Championship. Frenetic, frantic finish to, that was a great match overall. But Clare came out the right side of it, 222, 318, in a match that had everything, to be honest with you, Jonathan. I mean, Clare looked to be in trouble early on. I suppose look at loads of talking points, none more so than the penalty that maybe wasn't in the second minute. Clare 2 points on the board inside the first minute, and then Cork, Hoggy, I suppose he might have maybe thrown the ball into net, but it looked like he'd been fouled. And I suppose Conor Cahalan then got the goal. Quilligan made a great save from Conor Lahan, and Cork could have arguably 3 goals inside the first 10 minutes. But Clare, weathered the storm. Obviously, I think won the second quarter, 182 points, 5 up at half time. But the second half, just Cork stayed in it, as they've done all year, to their credit. And Hoggy's goal, I think, with 29 minutes on the clock in the second half, certainly it's 2:14, 3:17, and some of the wides that Clare had, they wonder they're going to come back to haunt them. Obviously, Brian made a decision to take off Aidan McCarthy. Tony missed a couple of frees. Peter Dublin missed a free. Shows us the benefit of a free taker. But it was just end-to-end stuff from there to the finish. David McInerney, 2 massive points in the last 6 minutes from play. And yet Cork came back, levelled it again. Hoggy a free from his own 65. And what a winner from Diarmuid Ryan. I mean, 4 points to win back. I think deservedly probably man of the match. But yeah, just another, Jonathan, rip-roaring, epic Munster Championship match. And I was in Clonus last Sunday for the Ulster football final, and a great atmosphere. But this Munster Championship is just at a different level. I mean, it was heart-attack stuff for a finish for Clare and Cork supporters. And and even before the game, there was a great buzz around Dennis. I suppose it shows the advantage of the round robin, and hurling in the Munster Championship in a great place. And as I said, Cork or Limerick and Tip now going at it at 4 o'clock. Hopefully another better there.
Yeah, the scenes at the end were special. The whole, music was blaring. Not sure were you responsible for some of the tunes there, but just everyone coming together. Like Clare hurling, we've seen the underage, good results recently as well. It's just, we've touched on it a couple of times. It's in such a good spot at the moment.
It is, yeah. And I said before that this is the flagship team, and this team plays, with its heart in its sleeve and gives everything it has every day it goes out, and that's a reflection of the manager. And the minors, had a good win over Kilkenny to qualify for the Ireland final in 2 weeks' time against Galway. The 20s obviously died with their boots on, losing the Munster final to Cork last Monday night. So yeah, another great week for Clare hurling. But potentially, had we not got the win, Limerick win today, win next weekend, and we could be wondering, we're out of the Munster Championship. So look at, great to see the lads getting their rewards. They put in a massive effort, and listen, hats off to Cork, because they pushed Clare all the way, and this game, as I said, went down to the last seconds of stoppage time. It's still Cork were fighting to find a way to get back into it. So yeah, another just great championship match, and really credit for the Clare lads for digging it out.
It feels like we've gone full circle from the opening round here against Tipperary side of, you spoke of the benefit of the round robin, but they've definitely learned a lot through those games as well.
They have, yeah, and still look at maybe concerns. Maybe Cork, as I said, when they ran at them, the players coming off the shoulder, they opened up Clare at times, early on. So, but yeah, I mean, you can't afford to concede 5 goals in a championship match, and obviously some of those goals, the lads and Brian wouldn't have been happy with them. But apart from that, we actually played quite well against Tip, and Tip are really efficient. We know how good a side they are. So yeah, the Limerick game obviously was massive in terms of giving us a lifeline back in the championship. And I thought we'd have to be better than we were against Waterford to win today, and we were. Even still, the wide count, we probably 13 or 14 wides. I think we missed 5 or 6 frees, and you can't do that in the championship. So still little bits to work on, but it's worked out really well for Clare now, because we're done 6 points on the board in the Munster final. We have a chance now, 2 weeks, I think, at least, maybe not 3 weeks off, to recharge the batteries, and the players would need to rest up, because that was a taxing, physical, punishing game. Huge energy expended by both sets of players, and credit to them for that. So Clare, yeah, in a great position now. This is a chance to sit back and watch. Cork obviously have to go to Limerick next weekend. They need a result now, to get back into the Munster Championship. Limerick obviously, now their own destinies in their own hands. They beat Cork, they get the 3rd place. So still a huge amount to play for.
Cork, though, they played so well for large periods. We all know about their direct running game. Created a lot of problems for the Clare defence at times.
Yeah, early on, and I think the second quarter though was crucial. Clare just got to grips with that running game. Got to grips, I think, with the lack of pressure maybe that was on the ball to the inside Cork forwards. And once Clare kind of, as I said, got to figured out what Cork were doing, and I think just probably stopped the quality of ball going into the inside line. The inside guys then were tighter. Certainly Cork didn't look as dangerous as they did early on. But I suppose, look, there is a downside. O'Connor clearly went off with what looked like a serious shoulder, possibly a collarbone injury. He's a key player for Clare, probably an unsung hero. Credit to Shane O'Morey for, again, got a fantastic score, did well when he came on, but Clare won't want to be without their first choice full back, and I suppose the break is crucial now in terms of, hopefully it's not as serious as it looked, and Connor can still play a part in this year's championship. Cork, I beg your pardon, have, you've touched on there, such a huge game ahead. Do they need to tweak things up a little bit against Limerick? It's almost going like for like if you try and run at them, is it? Yeah, well, again, there was a lot of right with what Cork did today. Hardy and Hoggy both looked dangerous inside early on, with runners coming when the ball went in early. I think Clare just managed to probably, stop the quality of ball, stop the Cork wing backs, midfielders having that time to pick out the pass and pick out the spaces, and I think they probably Clare were a bit tighter inside as well, but it's not easy to play the way Clare do, say, when you're pushing up all over the field. You've got to trust your full back line, and Rory Hayes, Adam Hogan and Shane Morgan, when he come on, I thought all played well, but all three guys are quick, they have pace, and clearly was on a yellow card as well, so in that sense maybe he was under a bit of pressure, but Cork just again I think had to be disappointed with the second quarter, because they were, I think they were 1-6 maybe 1-6 to 5 points up, but only scored 2 points from there to the break, and you can't afford to have a period like that when the other side are completely on top, and that's what ultimately got Clare over the line. That second quarter dominance, where I think it was 1-6 to 2 points they outscored Cork.
Clare obviously favourites now for the Munster final.
Oh yeah, raging hot favourites. Listen, I don't think it matters, who Clare meet. Jonathan, this is Hospital Kind. You've got to perform and you've got to play well on the day. Listen, heroic stuff from Clare. Listen, they gave absolutely everything they had, and they had to. Tony Kelly again, 2-4, I think. 1-4 from play. Obviously, the penalty was crucial as well. Was that a black card, or should it have been a black card for Kieran Joyce? There's so many talking points, and Clare. I think people would know, whoever it is, whether it's Limerick, whether it's Tip, whether it's Cork, it's a 50-50 game. There's nothing between any of these teams. We've seen that all year, and there's still a lot of work to play in Munster before we know, obviously, who Clare will face and who'll secure that third place. So still a lot to play for.
We seem to have witnessed a lot of special scenes for Clare supporters over the year so far. There was more great scenes at the end, and hopefully more to come.
Again, it's at 18,000 people here sell out today. Brilliant numbers. We're at Cork travelling numbers, and Cork have vocal support for the Clare club around. And days like this, we bring them out again. And again, great now to have Munster final to look forward to. 6 points after losing the first game, in a bit of a hole, we've dug ourselves out of it. And as I said, 18,000 here, and I think Thurles probably close to a sellout again today, and you can be sure that Limerick will be sold out next weekend for the Cork game. So bonanza days for the Munster Council, and that money goes back into the game of grassroots level as well. So and just turning out to be, Jonathan, arguably one of the greatest Munster Championships, and as I said, plenty of it still to look forward to.
I was just want to say, Munster Hurling just never fails to deliver. It seems to be better it's getting.
Yeah, but again, listen, look, we're patting ourselves on the back, but Tommy Walsh said after the game on you guys with Joe, I think on the Monday night, like this, no, that's what I call a championship match. And I think if Tommy was here today, I think he'd be expressing the same sentiments. Yeah, look at hard fought, honest stuff from both sides. Both sets of players ran themselves to a standstill, and you can see how much this prize still matters to everybody in Munster. I have 3 of them I treasure. I still think of the 3 that I lost, and we haven't won it since 1997. That's a long time, and Brian Lohan values that medal, and it means a lot to the Clare players. And we were so close last year and still didn't get our hands on silverware. Just brilliant that we have that opportunity is to get that prize back in the county, and in whatever 2 or 3 weeks time we have the finals.
Well, can't wait for it. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, cheers, John.